My brother Tom and his wife Susan and their three kids have a lovely home. Upstairs is large enough. Each of the three kids has their own bedroom. And then downstairs, they have a large recreation room. Now, the kids are very close in age. The twins were born first, and little sister barely a year after. And so they went through school pretty much together. Now, in their home, they also had dog and cat. When all three kids left, one for the Coast Guard, the two girls each for college, it seemed like it was all at once. And dog made the rounds of the house looking for them with sad, sad eyes, trying to figure out what he could possibly have done to make them all leave. Well, Susan was happy. She had hardly any laundry to do. Tom had his boat and his antique tractor to work on. Tom is retired. Susan had 2 years to go. And so they made adjustments down to that wonderful recreation room. Well, hardly anybody went down there ever now. But Tom had taken the door off years ago and stored it in the garage because otherwise it hung out in the kitchen in everybody's way. Now, once in a while, far less often, Susan went down to the laundry room and she noticed there was an odor. She couldn't quite figure it out for about a month. And then she noticed there were piddles here and puddles there. And she called Tom down and they went to work cleaning up. Best they could figure, the dog missed those kids so much. Dog was marking the territory so they would know he'd kept the place safe for them. Well, Tom said, I can fix that. He went out in the garage, got that door, rehung it. And that night he closed the door. Next morning, Susan got up first and she checked around, let dog out into the backyard and woke Tom and said, you solved the problem. Nothing from the dog anywhere. Tom slept a little later and then he got up and put on his bathrobe. He'd left it hanging over the chair in the bathroom. And he made his own check. He even went so far as to open that door and go down and check the rec room. Didn't seem like there was anything in piddles and puddles, but wherever he went, there was this odor of animal something. He even went so far as to call Susan at work and ask her if she was sure there wasn't a mess somewhere. She said no, it was fine. Dog was out in the backyard. Tom made coffee and breakfast, sat down, had his breakfast, then went in the bedroom, took off his robe, threw it back over the chair, and that's when he saw how that animal odor had been following him around. See, Cat had been watching, and Cat knew who it was, hung that door and shut him off from the litter box and left Tom a message. Now, Tom chuckled a little about that, and then he went to pick up his shirt and jeans from where he'd dropped them on the floor, and that's where he found the rest of the message Cat had left for him. See, Cat didn't think Tom would catch on right away. After that, Tom went to the hardware store and got one of those pet doors, sawed a hole in the door to the basement, put that pet door in, and showed it to the cat. Well, the cat wasn't having anything to do with that plastic thing that slapped it. coming or going?" Tom and Susan sat one on each side of the door and put the cat through, thinking that would help. The cat was not pleased. Now they took cooked chicken and sat one on each side and again tried to tempt Cat through, but Cat refused. So Tom took the pet door out. It just left a hole. The dog couldn't get through the hole, but the cat would. The cat could. The question was whether the cat would. They went to bed that night, got up the next morning, and Cat had used the litter box in the basement. After that, Dog continued to make the rounds upstairs and in the backyard, piddling here and puddling there so the kids would know he was keeping the place for them. And Cat continued to keep an eye on things. And my brother Tom, he started hanging his clothes up. That's the story of Dog and Cat.